Why? What's wrong? No, it tastes way too bitter. Why don't you just add sugar? Can't. My doctor said I should avoid sugar because of my high blood pressure. Ah, so why don't you just try adding artificial sweeteners? Artificial sweeteners? What is that? I'm glad you asked. Hi, my name is Norhazika Sraya binti Muhammad Arifin, or you can call me Zika for short. My matrix number is 2022204-738, and I am from class N3 AS0071B1. And today we'll be discussing about artificial sugars in terms of chemistry, of course. Artificial sugars. What are those? You might be asking. Artificial sugars are a substitute for regular sugar that provides a sweet taste while containing less energy. The topic of substitutes sugar can be a very tricky as it is open to different type of negative and positive interpretations. For example, natural and synthetic. Artificial sugars fall into the synthetic term because synthetic is essentially man-made type of chemicals or elements that is improved or adjusted into a way where it's better version of themselves. But people see this as a negative thing, as synthetic can be unhealthy or not good for the body, when in reality it's really not that different from the original source. Wow, how can it be a substitute for table sugar? What are they made of? Well, we'll be going into that. The artificial sugars are made up of 5 types: aspartame, saccharin, sucralose, acesulfame K, which of course stands for potassium, and neotame. Aspartame are a combination of 2 amino acids, phenylalanine and aspartic acids, which can be 200 times sweeter than sucrose and can contain low calories. It is digestible and does not affect blood sugar, insulin, total cholesterol, triglycerides, calorie intake, or even body weight. And the best part is it also enhances the taste of certain foods that is added in, like citrus and fruits. These are the type of you can see these are the chemical structure of aspartame. It contains C14, H18, N2O5, which are pretty common elements found in the periodic table. Aspartame can be found in diet soda, sugar-free mints, and sugar-free or non-sugar added cereals, which are pretty common. Saccharin are the oldest sweeteners still in use since 1879 and 550 times sweeter than sucrose. Wow! Has a slightly bitter metallic taste and insoluble and heat stable, which means although saccharin is a really good artificial sweetener, it can also cause brain sensation or swelling or rashes if added in toothpaste, of course. Now this is saccharin and what it looks like in its raw material, and this is the chemical structure of saccharin, which contains C17H5NO3S, which is of course the chemical formula. Fun fact, the saccharin is used figuratively, often derogative in sense to describe something unpleasantly polite. For example, do you know the rumor about Melissa? Yeah, I've heard of it, but honestly, I don't believe it one bit. She's such a saccharin, because she's just not the type of person to do that stuff, you know? Yeah. What? Now, we'll be moving on to... sorry, this is the wrong sucrose. My bad. She is still a sweetheart though. Sucralose, produced by selective carbonation of sucrose, which of course is made from is commonly used in normal table sugar. It has a high intensity sweetener derived from sucrose and has 600 times sweeter. This is the chemical structure of sucrose and sucralose. We're trying to compare on what makes sucralose different from sucrose, which as you can see, the only difference is they change the hydrogen oxide with chlorine, which is surprisingly not that much difference, but it can improve the elements and the usage of sucrose much better than as what it is. The next one is neotame, which can be 8,000 times sweeter than sucrose. It enhances original food flavors and fastens metabolism and is not retained in the body at all. It is very similar to aspartame, but has higher stability, especially in heated and dairy food. This is the chemical structure of neotame. It has C20, H30, N2, and O5. It is commonly used in gummies and milkshakes and those type of very sweet required drinks and beverages and snacks. Last but not acephame K, which does not break down by heat, and so it is usually used for cooking or baking. It is 200 times sweeter than sucrose and has a slightly bitter aftertaste, which you can sometimes taste when you eat cake or any type of baked goods. It can be degraded into acetamide, which is incredibly toxic in high dosage, but it also contains but acephame K does also not contain any calories. This is also the chemical structure of acephame. As you can see, it is commonly used in in foods that require really high or low in temperature. So, in conclusion, what are the benefits of artificial sweeteners? What should we do with them? Should we just replace sucrose from our lives forever? Should we just dedicate our lives to artificial sweeteners as well? Or what the conclusion should we come to from this presentation? Well, artificial sweeteners virtually have no calories at all. For example, 1 can of cola, for example, 1 teaspoon of sugar, normal table sugar, can cost you 60 calories. So in one can contain up to 10 teaspoons. It can result to 160 calories. But with artificial sugars, they can cost no calories at all. So helps us in controlling our weights and being more healthier. Artificial sweeteners obviously can also help with the disease diabetes, because artificial sweeteners cannot be considered as carbohydrates. So unlike sugar, sweeteners generally don't raise blood sugars. But you should consult a doctor or a dietitian before actually using any. No matter what you're consuming, either artificial or natural, you should only use them in low amounts, because all good things cannot be overused, or else it can also be very bad for your body, no matter how much you use them. So in conclusion, be wise with what you eat. Know what products you're consuming, how much they cost, how much calories are they good for the body, and so on and so forth. So in conclusion, artificial sweeteners are the best options, but they do still come at a cost. That's all. Thank you.